that we've been receiving. Okay, so you guys are in for a roller coaster. So listen, let me see some more ones. Let me see some more fires in the chat. Help me welcome up to the stage, or the virtual stage, should I say, my mentor, Mr. Brian Del Masso, your #1 mindset coach. Let's go, bro. Stage is yours.
Hey, brother, what's happening? How you guys doing? Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you for inviting me to the stage, and thank you, Sylvia, as well. We haven't met formally, but Maurice tells me you are absolutely on fire. So this should really help catapult everybody's businesses. What we're going to go through tonight is not a matter of opinion. It's a matter of physics and science. And if people just do a few certain things in a certain way and ignore the masses and ignore the negativity out there, you can really be, do, and have anything you want. So I'm going to get right into it. As these guys said, you know, make sure you get your notepads, but this is recorded and we will get this out to you guys. So I just want you to open up your minds and really listen and hear for the next 40 minutes or so as we bring you through a journey of mindset training as been given to me by my mentor, Bob Proctor. And I'm going to get right into it, guys. It's going to be a little bit like drinking from a fire hose, but the fact of the matter is that wealth building is 95% mindset, and it's only 5% what you do. I want that to sink in right from the go here. Wealth is 95% mindset and 5% what you do. And I can give you some evidence of this. You guys are in trading, you're in Forex trading, and you've probably seen pictures of the stock exchange in New York and London, and there's stock traders on the floor, and they're all, you know, bidding and buying for stock bids, right? And you could be a stock trader like these people here, or you could be like my main man, Warren Buffett, and be a stock trader. Now, obviously, he's at a much higher level, trading companies and things of that nature, but it is the same vertical, but it is a different mindset. Does that make sense? Different mindset, same industry. And if you look at your top leaders, some of them are touching off of, well, we're not going to say incomes, but Chairman 750. And then people are making nothing, everything from nothing to Chairman 750. So the difference is mindset. And some of you might even be in real estate. You might be realtors or in real estate, and you can be an average realtor, and there's nothing wrong with that. Or you could be like Uncle G, Grant Cardone, right? And the only difference is mindset. So when I tell you that it's 95% mindset, I want you to really think about this, right? Because you can be in network marketing like all of you guys are, like the masses. There's about 150 million network marketers globally. Or you can be like some of your leaders and you can be in network marketing, right? And you guys have a double value here. You have a recession-proof business in IML, and you also get to build teams, and you can do both. So you guys have twice as much as the average company to offer people. So it's mindset, mindset, mindset. What I really want to do is give you guys some ammunition so you can go out there and build your businesses. And I also want you to be able to use this recording here as a escalation tool, right? I'm going to show you a little bit about the industry, network marketing. This industry itself changed my entire life. And there's over $200 billion a year and growing being marketed in services and products in the network marketing industry. It's more than Amazon. You think about that. And there's more millionaire network marketers in the world than there are millionaire realtors. So think about that in terms of a profession, a global profession. That's what you guys have in your hands. It's not a cute business on the side, although a lot of people treat it like that. It is a profession. It's a global profession. And you guys specifically in iMarkets specifically have a recession-proof home-based business. Think about that. It doesn't matter if the markets are going up and down. Matter of fact, you like when they go up and down, right? You're just looking for spreads. So one of the things that separates IML from every other network marketing company out there is it's recession-proof. You can generate income no matter what. Think about that. And make sure you have a posture about you when you're presenting this to other people, because you're in one of the greatest companies in the world right now. All right, guys, so the industry of network marketing, the reason why I'm so passionate about it is that it led me to my mentor, Bob Proctor. It led me to scale and grow my construction company from $1 million to $10 million in 12 months. It led me to my software company, my gaming company, my consulting company, and pretty much everything we do. The industry of network marketing really was like a gateway into entrepreneurship for me, right? And I was in my early 40s. I wasn't a spring chicken. I was in my early 40s, and this was introduced to me. And because I pursued the industry so hard with such passion, it led me to teach and coach and train and build up all these skills that are business skills. And it also opened a lot of other doors in business. So the industry of network marketing is a place that most global thought leaders recommend for entrepreneurs to start up, to build that initial wealth, to build those initial skills. If you really think about it, this is where you can learn leadership and public speaking, teaching, coaching, training, all for free. Most people have to go to business school and drop 100K in 6 years to learn the things we learn in network marketing just quite naturally on the journey. So let that sink in. I want you guys to really think about your journey in network marketing like a 4-year degree in college, right? The entire world has been lulled to sleep thinking it's okay to spend 4 years and a couple $100,000 to go to school to learn how to make 50 grand. But then they look at the network marketing industry and they don't see it. But if you take this approach, your freshman year, you're gonna learn a lot and you're gonna earn some money. Some of you will earn a lot, some of you will earn a little, but you're actually gonna earn money while you're learning. Think about that. And then your sophomore year, you're gonna earn a lot more, right? You're gonna start to have a team and build. If you're studying, you're gonna move forward and you're gonna get paid a lot. And then your third year, your junior year, you're probably gonna be getting overpaid for the hours that you put in. And then by your senior year, if somebody really spends 4 years in this industry, legitimately, it's not hard to get to 6 figures a month. The problem is there's very few professionals in network marketing, and there's very few professionals in real estate too. So it's more about understanding the industry and then doing the things that are necessary to become a professional. And you're going to get paid while you're earning. All right, guys. Now type a 1 in the chat if that resonates. You guys got to understand the profession of network marketing. You got to posture up. I mean, a professional network marketer can out-earn a professional surgeon any day of the week, right? It's not, like I said, it's not hard for a professional network marketer to get to 6 figures a month, but a professional surgeon, even after 12 years of school, has a very hard time doing that, right? Does that make sense? Think about that. And the fact of the matter is that 96% of the world's wealth is earned by 1% of the population. Let this one sink in. You might want to screenshot this one. 96% of the world's wealth is earned by 1% of the population. Why is this? Right, guys? Really let that sink in. It's a good one to screenshot. And here's another statistics. In Forex trading, right, the money moves from the 95% of the people that are not patient and not educated and trading on emotion. It moves to the people like you, to the 5% that are patient, removing emotion and following proven systems like you teach in iMarkets Academy. Does that make sense? So if you're doing this right and you're removing emotion, you're going to be part of the 5% that profits. All right, guys? So, but why is this? Why are so many people in Forex outside of your company and just blowing accounts? The reason is we're simply not taught how to build wealth in schools, right? We're not taught how to build wealth in schools. We're not taught things like decision-making. We're not taught things like self-image. We're not taught things like wealth building. Think about this, right? You could teach a 16-year-old how to be profitable in iMarkets Academy. They're not teaching real estate in school. I mean, I could take a 15-year-old kid and say, listen, save your pennies till you're 18 and we'll go get a 3-family apartment building. You can live on the first floor, rent out the other 2 and be cash flow positive at 18 years old and start to leverage and grow that industry, right? So we're not teaching any of this stuff in school, and we're certainly not teaching paradigms. And we're going to chat a little bit here about paradigms because your paradigms are controlling you. They're controlling your body, your finances, your bank account, your relationships, all of it. All right, guys, so a paradigm is just a word that we use to describe the set of mental programs that have almost exclusive control over your habitual behavior. And I know that's a mouthful. I'm going to say it a few ways. When you're born, your subconscious mind is wide open to programming. Think about this. When you're born, you're a blank slate. You don't even know how to walk. You don't know how to speak. Those are programs that get installed over time. Does that make sense, guys? So unless you grew up with Warren Buffett as your father, unless you were around very wealthy people that understood wealth building, you never got the program called wealth building as a kid, or they certainly don't give it to you in school. I just proved that, right? In school, they're teaching you to be an employee, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not beating up on being an employee or being in school. I'm just saying they teach you a little math, little English, little history, little science. They're not teaching you Forex or real estate or wealth building, right? So when we're born, we're a blank slate. We're wide open to impression. And I'll give you another good example. Whatever your native language is, you never chose to speak that. I never chose to speak English. That was just spoken around me, and it got stored in my subconscious mind as a program called speaking. that make sense, guys? So let me give it to you another way. Your subconscious mind is like an operating system in a computer. And when you're born, it's blank. It has no programming. And then through your parents and through schooling and through the environment, you get all these programs on what is possible, what is believable, what is earning money, right? What is poverty? What does your body look like? What is a relationship? If you had parents that were always fighting, you grew up thinking that that's what a relationship is. Does that make sense, guys? So we have this operating system, and nobody's teaching this stuff. We're not taught this stuff in school. We're not taught how to program ourselves. So I'm actually going to teach you guys how to program yourselves right here today. All right, guys? So again, these programs, these paradigms, they're not good or bad. They just are. All right? So walking is a program. When you were born, you did not know how to walk. It would have been impossible for you to walk, and now you know how to walk. So you actually did the impossible, if you think about it. And you needed mentors to do it, didn't you? If your parents just gave you a book on walking when you were an infant, you never would have learned to walk. They had to hold your hand. They had to move your feet. They had to mimic the behavior. So unless you have a mentor in wealth building, you're more than likely not going to learn wealth building. It's another program that needs mentorship. So is everything else, by the way. Does that make sense, guys? Put a fire in the chat if this makes sense. Hopefully this is hitting home. Hopefully we're resonating here. See, smoking is also a program. For anybody here that's smoking, you can quit overnight. It's not a big deal. Smoking is not a physical habit. Smoking is a mental program expressed physically. I'm going to say that again. Smoking is not a physical habit. It's a mental program stored in your subconscious mind that you are expressing physically. So is walking. Does that make sense? Now, it's not your fault if you're smoking. It was, at some point, it was in your environment, and you just said, well, that looks cool, and you started doing it. Now, here's the deal, though. This is why it's so hard to quit. Your subconscious mind is 1,000,000 times more powerful as a data storage center than your conscious mind. So once you have a habit, it becomes very hard to replace it. But I want you to think about this. The reason why this is, if you didn't have this data storage system called your subconscious mind, every morning when you got out of bed, you'd have to learn how to walk, you'd have to learn how to eat, and you'd have to learn how to speak before you could even function. Does that make sense, guys? So there's a reason for this. Now, what we want to do is understand this at some level and start to install programs called wealth building. And that's what we've been doing with Maurice. The reason why he did what he did in 2.5 years and 3 months is he now has programs called wealth building. And we taught him that through the Mindset Masters. Guys, so wealth building is a program. It's a series of programs that you need to learn. And it doesn't matter if you're in real estate or iMarkets Live or basket weaving. I could teach somebody that weaves baskets to earn 7 figures a month because we have the internet. So it doesn't matter what you're doing. It matters what your mindset is. And wealth building is a series of programs that we can teach you guys. So Forex trading, successful Forex trading, is a set of programs that you need to learn through the spaced repetition. And you need to remove emotion, emotion, energy and motion, negative thought energy. Oh man, I just blew my account. So what? People blow 200 grand on going to school to become a lawyer, and then they don't become a lawyer. So what are you worried about blowing $1,000 account for? You're just learning. You're paying for information, no different than in school. Does that make sense, guys? You can't get all twisted and emotional if you blow an account. It's just part of the deal. That's how you learn. Matter of fact, you should understand that and be grateful that you blew the account, because there's some piece of information that you're going to learn. And you're better off learning blowing $1,000 accounts than you are $100,000 or $1 million accounts, like in the future. All right, guys, so Forex trading is just a series of programs, and you got to really remove emotion if you want to be successful. So I'm going to give you a little bit here on being aware. I talk about awareness a lot. And everything in life depends on your level of awareness, not your level of intelligence. This is not smart. This is levels of being aware, all right? So a level of awareness, like $50,000 a year is just a level of awareness. And nobody's earning $50,000 a year because that's what they want. They're earning $50,000 a year because that's what they're aware of. Does that make sense? Same thing with 100K, 250K. Nobody's earning 250K because that's what they want. They're earning 250K because that's what they're aware of how to do. Now, people might be comfortable at 250K a year, and they may stop moving forward, but that's not really what they want. They just kind of get lulled to sleep. I call that an invisible prison, by the way, because We were born creators. We were born in the image of God, and God is a creator, so therefore we are creators. And you're supposed to create all the way till the end, to the end of your physical journey. So don't get lulled to sleep. So 500,000, 1 million, 5 million, no big deal. There's no such thing as big or small. 5 million a year or 5 million a month is just a level of awareness. And I'm working with one of your leaders, Luke, to get to 5 million a month. And it's just not that big a deal. Now, if you think it's a big deal, it's going to be a big deal. And I'm not telling you want to get to 5 million a month. I'm just trying to highlight stuff here. Jeff Bezos earned an additional $92 billion a couple of Tuesdays ago. He's just very aware on how to earn money, isn't he? So this is what you got to do. If you want to raise your level of awareness, you got to study in your mind. You got to study in your industry, your craft of trading in iMarkets Live Academy. And you got to take daily measurable action. Write those down. Study your mind, study your craft, daily measurable action. Now, the fourth thing is to surrender to the process. Most of you are wondering if this is going to work every day. Well, that's negative thought energy, and negative thought energy out, negative physical things back. Does that make sense? You can't wonder if this is going to work and be successful. Now, this is what happens when you're doing these things, and I will repeat that for you. There's 4 things you need to do. Study for your mind, right? Study Think and Grow Rich. Study Neville Goddard. We have the Mindset Masters. We'll give you a link to that. We do daily live studying in your mind. You got to raise your awareness and mindset, what's possible. And then study your craft, the craft or the industry of trading. iMarkets Academy, you guys have all of it right there. And the third thing is to take daily measurable action. How many people a day are you asking, are you open to taking a look at my business? I see you're in real estate and I have something that might be able to help you. That's the question you want to answer. I don't care if people sign up. I care if you're asking. That makes sense? Now, what will happen is if you do this day after day, you're slowly going to raise your level of awareness. And the next thing you know, you're going to hit your goal. It's really as easy as that. Most people are just wondering if it's going to work, and they're getting worried about what people think. Guys, people aren't thinking. Stop worrying about what they're thinking. They're just not thinking, right? Mental activity does not constitute thinking. We're going to teach you how to think here. Now, here's the thing. When you hit your goal, by the way, you're going to get there and say, wow, that's pretty cool. Then you're going to realize that you could have gone here. When I tell you that there's no such thing as big or small, there's no such thing as big or small. The earth itself is not big or small until you compare it to something like a golf ball or the entire universe. Like you can't even see planet Earth when you relate it to the entire universe. So Chairman 100, Chairman 500, Chairman 750, Chairman 1000 when it comes out, that's not big or small unless you make it big or small. Does that make sense? Type a 7 in the chat if that's resonating, guys. You got to really start to play with this and understand that there's no such thing as big or small. It's just your relativity. Now, if you've never earned 7 figures a month, and that might seem big, but you can't keep it. You can't look at it like it's out there, like, oh my God, if I could only. Well, you can. You just got to do certain things in a certain way, and you're in the right company to do it. All right, guys, I'm going to hit you up with some other things here and just kind of hit you from some different angles. Play along with me in the chat. Take a look at this picture. What do you guys think this is? What does this represent to you? Take a look at this picture and let me know what this represents to you guys. A baby. Yes, it's a baby, a baby. Anything else? What does it represent? Empty, new life, infant, a fresh start, innocence, newbie. Yeah, exactly. I love it. Yeah, this is you. This is you at your current income. And guess what? This is also me at my current income. My goal is $21 billion in net worth and assets by age 55. And I'm not there yet. So this is me, this is you, this is us at our current income, our current level of awareness. Does that make sense? Now, guys, I want to show you something here, and you're really going to dig this. If I was to take you at your current level, right? And imagine when you were young and your parents put your clothes next to you and said, okay, little Maurice, have at it and get dressed. Right? Think about this. A brand new baby, you put the clothes next to the baby and you tell the baby to get dressed. I mean, the baby's going to bobble its head. I can picture Maurice as a little kid bobbling his head, like drooling, maybe crapping his diaper, but he's not going to get dressed. He's not going to put the clothes on. We would use the word impossible, wouldn't we? It would be impossible for that baby at that level of awareness to get dressed. Well, guess what, guys? Unless you're sitting here on this webinar naked, I'm assuming you're not all naked. At one point in your life, You did the impossible. Let this one sink in. At one point in your life, matter of fact, there's many points in your life where you've done the impossible. You became aware of how to do the impossible. So Chairman 500 is not impossible. You're just not aware yet. Now, the difference is this. Take a look at this picture and let me know, what do you think this looks like? What do you think this looks like? Take a look at this baby, and what does this mean, or what does this represent to you guys? Being babyish, ignorance, messy, innocence. What else? Spaghetti. A happy baby, yeah. Exploring, there we go. Trying. Yeah, doesn't know what to do. Exactly. Yeah, this is still you. This is you a month from now trying new things. Now, here's the difference. Here's the difference, guys. Take a look at the expression on this baby. This baby is having a blast. This baby is enjoying, but there's not one piece of food in the mouth of this little baby. Like, it is failing miserably, but it's having a good time. This is what you need to do. You need to stay in a high vibration. Most of you reach out to somebody and you're reaching out about your business. They say, nah, man, what is this, a pyramid scheme? And you curl up in a ball and you die. You're not having fun. You're not enjoying the ride. You have to enjoy the ride. Adults don't enjoy the ride. Most adults don't succeed in anything because they don't understand the whole point of life is to enjoy the damn ride. Enjoy the journey. It's not about it's not Chairman 500. That's not the deal. It's the journey to Chairman 500. That's the deal. Once you get there, it's going to be like, now what? You're not going to have a care in the world or a worry in the world. You're going to need a new challenge, by the way. If you think you get there and it ends, it doesn't. I promise you that. Getting to $500,000 a month, that's not the deal. You're going to have new things. So if that's the case, and if you now know that if you do certain things in a certain way, you're guaranteed to get there, then why don't we enjoy the ride, enjoy the process? All right, guys? Now, here's the other thing. It's not your fault. I want you to really let this one sink in. None of your results right now are your fault. You can't take an ignorant person and blame them for not knowing. But after this webinar, it will be your fault. Or not fault, but it'll be your responsibility. I'm going to show you exactly how you're programmed and why and how to change it. All right, guys, but it's not your fault. So stop beating yourselves up. Your bank account, your body. If you're not in shape, that's not your fault. You have programs called not being in shape. But from here on in, it is going to be your responsibility to change it. And this slide right here is going to give you the keys to the kingdom. Guys, when you were born, this is how you were programmed. And this is how the masses are thinking. We look at our results. We look at the current bank account. We look at our current team. We look at the current body. We look at the current everything. And this causes our thinking. And if it's not a good result, then our thinking becomes not good. And thinkings cause feelings. Your thinking causes your feelings. Now, when I say the word feeling, I could substitute that. Feeling is just a word that we use to describe the conscious awareness of the vibration that you're in. You might want to write that down. Feelings is nothing more than the conscious awareness of the vibration that you're in. So if you tell me you're in a bad mood or you're sad, you're saying I'm consciously aware that I'm on a low vibration. Does that make sense? And if you're excited, right? If you're Bryce and you just hit Chairman 750, he's in a high vibration. He feels excited. What he's saying is, I'm in a very high vibration. Now, these vibrations set up the action in the body. So if you're looking at your results and you don't like your results, you're in a low vibration, your body's not going to do much. Does this make sense? This is a self-fulfilling doom cycle. And this is how the entire world is programmed. What I want you to do from here on in is understand every single second of every single day, it has to be the new thinking, right? Chairman 750, Chairman 750, Chairman 750. How are you going to get there? What can I do today? You can't look at your current bank account if you want a different bank account. Does that make sense? You need to visualize the new reality. Now, the new thinking causes higher vibrations, and the higher vibrations causes the body to move differently. This is what Maurice has been doing, and this is why he's blowing up. He's got new tonalities, new language, new posture, new everything, higher actions. And these actions are going to cause new results. Now, when I show you this is not rocket science, is this? I could teach this to a 5-year-old. You guys need to move 90 degrees out of phase. Stop looking at your current results to cause your thinking. Start with the new thinking. Does that make sense? Type a 1 in the chat if that makes sense, guys, because I usually find that at this point, people are like, holy cow, that makes a lot of sense. Awesome. Well, guys, what I'm showing you here is something called the mind map. And this is really the holy grail. This is the deal of what Bob and I teach. You have a conscious mind, you have a subconscious mind in the body, and you're born in ignorance, and your parents were ignorant, and the school systems are ignorant. And ignorance is not a bad term. It just means not knowing. But the fact of the matter is you're conditioned to have worry and doubt and negative thinking in the conscious mind, which sets up fear in the subconscious mind, which is an emotion. And that fear has to express to and through your body as the physical form of anxiety. Now, if anybody here has anxiety, this is why, and you can choose to release that in about 10 seconds. It's not a big deal. Anxiety becomes a choice, but anxiety leads to procrastination, and procrastination leads to depression. So if you have any anxiety, if you hold on to that for long enough, you're going to get depressed. Now, depression leads to dis-ease. I want you to take a look at the left side of this equation, because this is how the entire planet is programmed. And it's not your fault, but this is the deal, right? We're conditioned to have worry and doubt, which leads to fear, which is an emotion, which is energy in motion. Now, what I want you to do is take a look at the right side of this equation, because today you're getting some knowledge, aren't you? And I want you to have positive thinking. Instead of wondering if you can do it, right? You want to have faith that of course you can do it. Faith is the opposite of fear, by the way. It's the polar opposite. It's the polar opposite. Fear is a low vibration. Faith is a high vibration. And faith is not just a religious term, it's a state of mind. And the state of mind must be one of faith if you want to succeed. It's right there in Think and Grow Rich, right? You have to have a burning desire, which you wouldn't be on this webinar unless you had a burning desire, would you? So you have that, you have the vehicle. Now you need persistence, which is physical action backed by faith, which is a mindset. That makes sense? And when you have faith, it leads to acceleration. Acceleration leads to movement or action. And this is going to lead to a body that's at ease. Does that make sense? So guys, I want you to take a look at this next slide here. Play along with me in the chat. What does this look like to you guys? What does this picture represent to you? What does this represent to you? You get a lot of chaos, stress, confusion, overthinking, yeah, strain, confused, dis-ease, yeah, overthinking. I found this picture and I said, boy, this has to be what fear looks like, doesn't it? I want you to think about your brain putting out energy, chaotic, confused energy. This is what fear looks like. This is a low vibration. This is an image of what a low vibration looks like. This is what doubt looks like, and this is what worry looks like. Guys, for those of you that have faith, worrying is like praying for what you don't want. I'm going to say that one again. Worrying is praying for what you don't want. If you're worried about debt, you're going to get more of it, right? Most people pray for what they want, but they don't realize that the other 99% of the time they're worrying, which is praying for what you don't want. Does that make sense, guys? You have to change your prayer. You're always in prayer, by the way. You can't not be in prayer. You're always sending thought energy out. You can't turn that off. Now, most of the people go to church on a Sunday and they pray for what they want, but they don't understand we're always in a state of asking. You can't not be. It's just that most people don't know what they're always asking, so they have doubt and worry. They have anxiety. They have negative thoughts. They have judgment. They have guilt. That's all prayer. It's just praying for what you don't want. Does that make sense, guys? Take a look at this picture, though. Take a look at this picture. Some smiling, handsome dudes right here. What does this look like to you guys? What does this represent? What does this look like to you guys? Obviously, it's power and success, happiness. I think so. At ease, right? Accomplished. Sure, all those things. Guys, this is what faith looks like. This is what faith looks like. Alex wasn't wondering if this was going to work. He didn't care what you or I thought about this. He just got it in his head. He trains one-on-one with Bob Proctor too. He understands this material. You need to hold the image of what you want and not give a shit about what everybody else thinks. You can't wonder if this is going to work every day. And you can't be concerned if you blow your accounts here and there. It's just part of the deal. Like, get over it. You just got to know and have a faith. Faith is knowing that this is going to work. All right, guys? So hopefully that's been impactful. I want to give you some physical things you can do. I want to teach you daily method of operation, right? Study for your mind. We have the Mindset Masters. I'll give you the link to that. Study in your craft. iMarkets Academy. You need to be in there every single day. Now, not 10 hours a day, but a half-hour a day study and then trade. Study and then trade. Study and then trade. You're going to get feedback. You're going to get better, right? And then you need to take daily measurable action. You need to be able to tell me How many people a day did you say, are you interested in looking at my business? If not, no big deal. Are you open to taking a look? You need to measure that stuff, and you need to be able to look at your calendar and tell me when you're working your business. Guys, if you don't have blocks on your calendar of when you're working your business, you're not in a business. You're just in a hobby, right? And you're not a professional either. I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying you need to have it blocked out. I have this meeting here. I'm going to prospect here. I'm going to trade here. I'm going to do this here. I'm going to study here. That is a business model. It's a repeatable daily method of operation. And this wouldn't matter if this was real estate or network marketing or anything, any business, right? This is just business 101. So guys, like I said, we have something if you're interested, and we can, maybe Maurice can drop in the chat. Mindset Masters, we have daily live coaching on Facebook, little capfuls of information like this. And we also have a mastermind where Maurice started on Monday nights. So you can get that link from Maurice. All right. But the daily measurable action for you guys, you need to be paper trading or live trading every day. Paper trading or live trading every day. In the beginning, you need to paper trade, and you need to paper trade until you're successful. So many people jump into live trading with fear-based mindsets, and it's your fear that's blowing the damn account. You start second guessing. You second guess the chart. You second guess the setup. You double down because one of your leaders gave you a trade. They're not doubling down. They do the same damn thing every day. And it's the law of averages, right? So you're using emotion, and there's no emotion in trading. You got to remove that. So paper trade until you're successful, and then live trade. I even teach people to do something called paper trading one day, live trading the next. Paper trade, live trade, paper trade, live trade. Because you're conditioning your subconscious to not even know what the difference is. Does that make sense? So there's a whole host of things we can work with you guys on. And then prospecting. You guys have to have a number. How many new people a day are you introducing this to? I don't care if it's 5 people a day or 1 person a day. You need to have a daily measurable action. Does that make sense? So guys, make sure you're doing that. Make sure you have a business. Don't just be in iMarkets Live. Have a business model. You're guaranteed to succeed if you follow what I'm telling you here. All right, and then you want to have, the most important thing is to let go and let God. Just let go and let God. You have the tools, you have the mindset training, take the damn action, surrender to the process. Put your head down for 12 months and watch what happens. You're going to put your head up and you'll be in a whole different universe, I promise you. All right, guys, we also have weekly methods of operation. Make sure you're plugging into the iMarkets trainings. Make sure you're plugging into the presentations at least once a week, right? If you're not doing it, nobody that you bring into the business is going to do it. I promise you that. You have to do the things if you want your downline to do that. Now, one of the things we taught Maurice is a weekly prospecting Zoom meeting. And I can get with Sylvia on this too. I can teach you guys how to do this on the side, Sylvia. If you want to have a conversation on the side or a Zoom call, let me know. But you want to have weekly prospecting Zooms. These are very powerful. You get a couple of 100 people on a Zoom and you're all reaching out to 50 people. I routinely have over 100 people on a Saturday morning for an hour on my in my company sending 50 invites. That's 5,000 invites in an hour that go out. All right, so make sure you have some of these weekly methods of operations, and you want to be promoting and following up as part of your weekly method of operation. All right, guys, I'm going to give you some paradigm shifting tools. Now, these are the same tools that I teach my 6-figure one-on-one clients. Same exact tools, they just pay more for it. Now, because they pay more for it, they do it. Now, because this is free, some of you might not. I wouldn't not do that, though. I wouldn't make that mistake. These paradigm shifting tools are very basic. Goal cards, and I know in iMarkets Live you guys have this, but vision boards and the life script. Most of you probably don't have a life script. All right, most of you probably do have a goal card because I know they teach that, but I'm going to teach you what it is and what it's for. All right, a goal card is for your subconscious mind. It's short, it's sweet. Mine is, I'm so happy and grateful now that I've accumulated over $21 billion in net worth and assets by age 55 from multiple businesses. And if you woke me up out of a coma, I would say that. It's in my subconscious mind. It's like asking me my name. So it's a short, clear, concise goal. It's carried on you at all times. And you can make a bunch of these. You have them everywhere. And it's meant for your subconscious mind. And you read it out loud, 10 times in the morning and 10 times at night. This is the principle of auto-suggestion. You're going to brainwash yourself. Now, guys, don't worry about brainwashing. You're brainwashed now. You're brainwashed from society. Brainwashing is not a bad term. It just means it's an environmental stimulus that causes you to think and act and operate in a certain way. So now you're going to start rewiring your subconscious mind. All right, guys, less than 1% of the population has written goals. Think about this. And I told you in the beginning that 1% of the population, we control 96% of all the wealth, but only 1% of us have a written goal. So you can move into the 1% mentally just by having a written goal card. All right, guys? So make sure you do that. And again, the idea is to get the goal from the subconscious, from the conscious mind into the subconscious mind through repetition. It's going to cause the body to move and vibrate in a different frequency. It's going to cause you to take action, and it's going to cause new results. This is how it works. This is the mind map. Most of you are looking at results and trying to go backwards, which is against physics. It's physically impossible. This is why so many people fail. All right, guys, so vision board. A lot of you might be thinking that a vision board is kind of a cute thing to do, like an ethereal thing. A vision board is, there's science behind it. We think in pictures, and a picture is worth 1,000 words. It reinforces the goal to the subconscious mind. Now, your vision board, I have a vision book, by the way. I have a vision book, and there's my software company right next to Facebook and WhatsApp, selling for $21 billion. I also have myself and my daughter, Maddie, with Bob Proctor, top mindset coaches in the world. I also have top income earner in my company, and I have about 30 pages in here. I have, what else we got in here? Yeah, I mean, I'm heading down here. I'm moving to Miami this winter, right? I'm going to be driving one of those. So your vision book or your vision board is everything you want as a result of the goal. Your vision board is not the goal. It's the result of the goal, the vacations, the trips, the Rolodexes, whatever it is you guys want. You put that on a board, and it reinforces the goal to the subconscious mind. Now, guys, when I tell you we think in pictures, I want you to really hear this one. We can go back to the early days of man, and we see these drawings on cave walls. We see the drawings of the big hunt. And what I want you to understand, these early age humans, right? These early age humans, they weren't drawing pictures of something that happened. They didn't go hunt and then draw a picture of the hunt. They were drawing pictures of something they would try to call into existence from God or the universe. Think about this. They didn't hunt and then draw. They drew because they were starving and they needed to attract, right? They needed to attract animals so that they could survive. So when I tell you we think in pictures, we think in pictures. Does that make sense? Type a, put a fire in the chat if I still got you guys. I want to make sure you're not sleeping out there. See some fire in the chat. Make sure this is resonating. You're here? Sweet, awesome. There it is, boom. So here's a 4-foot by 8-foot vision board. Now I have 3 of these. Now the house that I am in right now is right here. It's a multi-million-dollar lake house. And this house that I am broadcasting from, here it is from Google Earth, right? It's got about 650 feet of beach frontage, 3 docks. And this was never for sale. And here you can see this is 2018, can't you? This house was never for sale, but it was on my vision board. And because it was on my board, it has to happen by law, not by opinion, but by law. And it was never for sale, but I reached out to the guy and I kept hounding him for 18 months until he sold me the house. And now you can see I have a bunch of things on this board, right? And most of these are coming true. So we think in pictures, get a damn vision board. And this is what I say. If you have a small vision board, you have a small vision. I have 4 of these things, 3 of these things, 4 feet by 8 feet, they're entire walls. All right, guys, let's talk about the life script before we move forward here. The life script is the most powerful thing I've ever come across so far for brainwashing yourself. This is the one thing you should do. If you're going to do anything, you should do this. The state of mind must be the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So the state of mind must be the vibration of your goal achieved. The life script is the written and spoken story of your life as if it's already happened. As if it's already happened. All right, guys? You're brainwashing yourself and you're moving the body into action. This is called the actor's technique, and I'm going to show it to you here. Now, many of you have seen the movie The Joker with Heath Ledger. What I want to say to you is a good actor, they're not acting. They actually become. They read a script over and over and over and over again, don't they? And then they become the character. Whoever your favorite actor is, you don't see them acting. You don't see Will Smith acting anymore. You see the character. Now, Heath Ledger became the Joker. He acted this part even off script. He became the Joker for a period of about a year, and it was such a dark and sinister role, I don't think he could come out of it, and he ended up committing suicide. So this is what a life script is, but it's you brainwashing yourself towards achieving the goal. Does that make sense, guys? So don't take that one lightly. Now, guys, I want you to think about this one. In all of recorded history, there was only one tribe, and every time they did a rain dance, it rained. All of history, all over the world, there's only one tribe ever where they recorded them. Every time they did a dance, it rained. And I want you to tell me, play along with me in the chat, why do you think just this one tribe, every time they did a rain dance, it rained? Why do you think this is? Belief? Absolutely. Belief, sure. Anything else? Belief. Believe. I guess they did believe, right? They have faith. They absolutely had faith. No question. It's a spirit of faith. Guys, the reason why this tribe, every time they did a rain dance, it rained, is because they danced until it rained. I want you to think about this. There's a physical side of this. They danced until it rained. Whether if it was 3 days or 3 weeks or 3 months, they danced until it rained. All the other tribes, they did a rain dance and stopped. They stopped with persistence. You can't just have faith for 3 days and stop persisting. There's a physical human part to this. You guys that are in here, you got to dance until it rains all the way to 750. Like, don't pick your head up. Stop screwing around. Stop caring what other people think because they're not thinking. And dance until it friggin' rains. Does that make sense? Yeah, it is deep, isn't it? But it makes sense, all right? In network marketing, you can't screw around. You can't try this for 3 months. Try it for 3 years and watch what happens, all right? And the thing is, when you surrender to the process, your results are going to exponentially increase anyway. It's only the worrying that's slowing you down. All right, guys, so wealth is 95% mindset, like I said, and I think we've proved that here, and 5% what you do. And you've got to be decision makers. These people that I'm showing you here, you have to make decisions. I am going to be a chairman 100. I am going to be a chairman 500, chairwoman 750, right, Sylvia? Decision. You got to be able to make decisions and stick to them and not let people pull you around. All right, guys? So you got a little decision to make. You got to use your imagination. And I want you to imagine, right? Right? Daily method of operation, taking these things, studying your mind, studying your business, chairman 10, chairman 25. What does it feel like? You have to be able to visualize this. And all these pictures, by the way, are in my vision book. These are things that I will have or do have already. I want you to imagine, what does it feel like? Chairman 10, chairman 25, right? And you have to visualize this stuff. That's the deal. That's going to give you the high vibration. Every day, all day, you have to be daydreaming about what it feels like to hit these goals. And just imagine bringing this is a place, this is in Hawaii. I bring my whole family here. These are pictures out of my book. All right, guys, what does it feel like? Chairman 25, chairman 50. What does it mean to you? Chairman 100. What does this look like? What does it feel like? Decision. All right, guys. So again, we put it in the chat. I think Maurice probably has another link there. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. You guys have to study for your mind. You have to study for your mind. You have to do something for your mind. And I think the definition of insanity is watching this webinar and not taking action. Watching this webinar and not joining us in the Mindset Masters, right? That's the daily live coaching that we have that you guys can do if you want to. All right, guys? So hopefully this has been impactful. Hopefully this has been enjoyable. My sincere wish is that you take this webinar there's only 4 things I gave you, right? Study your mind, study your craft, take daily measurable action. Repeat, surrender to the process. It's as simple as that. All right, guys, that's my time here. Hopefully it's been impactful. Throw some fire in the chat if it's been impactful. I want to bring Maurice and Sylvia back on, have you guys close it up. And it's been my pleasure to serve you all. Be well and God bless.
Wow. Listen, I've seen this training before, but I was having the same reaction that Sylvia was. I was like, damn, this is crazy. Let me see some fire in the chat. You guys got some value today. Yo, let me see some fire in the chat if you guys got some value. Let me see some ones. Let me see some thank yous. Let me see some fire in the chat if you guys got any form of value today, because today was crazy. But I'm not going to be closing out. I'm going to hand it back to your mentor, the one and only, right? C10, soon to be C750, Sylvia Ayo. You can close out. Let's go.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so, so much. Trust me, I think the end of this call, like, was just everything. I mean, the part where you said dance still rains, wow. Like, it's just going to be grinding, 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 grinding until that back office shows as a chairman 750. Thank you so much, Brian. That call was just mind blowing. Every time it's like, you can't just take all the information in. You just need to rewatch it over and over and over again. And trust me, like he said, take action. It's not just about being on this call. Trust me, a lot of us will be on this call. After the call, we go off, you know, oh, this call is amazing, and nothing happens. But the key thing is actually taking action. So thank you so, so much for this call. Thank you for taking your time out. 1 hour, you dished out so much. I mean, it's just a lot of information. I still have to take it in over and over again, but you know, I appreciate you so much. I think, okay, we got the link already. Okay, yeah. Thank you so, so, so much, Maurice. Thank you as well. I mean, I really cannot appreciate you enough for putting this together. You know, I believe that this is another level. This is another level of this whole mindset thing. Honestly, it just throws me off every time. It's like when I think about, you know, what I can achieve, you know, inside and I see it actually happening in the physical, it's mind blowing. But I don't want to like overwhelm myself right now. Thank you so, so much for your time. I appreciate you. For every single person that plugged in, thank you so, so much, and have an amazing, amazing night. Drop those fire emojis in the chat box. Drop some appreciation for Mr. Brian and Maurice in the chat. Drop some appreciation. I think the chat box is disabled. Oh, okay, we got it. All right, so drop some appreciation, some fire emojis. I'm sure that we all got value. Some people are mind blown. I'm very, very sure. I had all the expressions on the call, so I'm sure that some people, you know. So thank you so much, and have an amazing, amazing night.